right. So episode 1 of Under 1 Million. I am, of course, Adair. I'm still getting used to the flow, all that. Obviously, it's a free form. But I'm here with Jay Greene.
Yeah.
And Jay Greene, I will go ahead and let you well, I kind of introduced you there, but, talk your shit. Do your thing.
Man. I'm Jay Greene, MC, originally from California, currently out here in Austin, Texas. Go Longhorns. Just keeping it real hip hop.
All right.
That's what I do.
No, that definitely comes through in your music. And the first time I ever heard you was a little bit over a year ago now. You sent me Ginsu,
Yeah,
and that was
that's
actually,
my joint.
yeah. I'm gonna be honest.
That's my joint.
That's still my favorite from you so far that I've heard. But yeah, that was back in season 1 of the playlist, of the Deserving playlist.
And I lost that joint too.
Hey,
nah, I lost to a good opponent though. Shout out to him. I forgot his name, but whatever. Shout out to him. It was a dope song.
It was. You made it kind of far though, didn't you? In the tournament.
Yeah, no, we was the last two. We was the last two going at it.
That's right. It was the finals. That's right.
Yeah, he edged me out, but I couldn't even be mad about it. That's why I shouted him out. Couldn't even be mad at it. His song was dope.
No, I'm not gonna lie. He's got a lot of a big following. So I kind of, not to say I saw it coming, but he's got a huge following. Basically, whenever he's down, he can like reach out to a bunch of friends and be like, "Yo, go vote for my shit." So he was definitely a front runner. But yeah, if I have to say, I was pulling for you. I will not lie. I was my more favorite song, but it is what it is. But yeah, so Jay's was a finalist last year in the Deserving Madness tournament. If y'all don't know, just kind of give you a little rundown of what this whole podcast is based off of. I am a playlist curator. It is a Spotify playlist exclusively, and it is called The Deserving. And Jay is one of my favorites, honestly, that I've played so far. He's definitely about that. I don't want to say old school because I think that term's overused too much, but where hip hop came from, you know what I mean? So I want to ask you, like, how did you find music? You know what I mean? What started it all for Jay Greene?
Simple, man. My uncle, he used to rap back in the 80s, and we from the Bay Area, so back then he was battling cats like Too Short and Hammer before he like really blew up. And he was known around San Jose. You go by LAR, and I used to see him, writing his raps, rehearsing his stuff. He took me to like a video shoot. Like he was getting ready to drop an album. Like he had labels ready. He was the whole nine. And then he got into some street shit and he went away, and that was it. And I was like, well, damn, he left back like hundreds of raps in his room, and I used to be in there reading them like, yo, these are fire, but I don't ever want to take his stuff, so I gotta write my own. So there we go. Let's get on it.
You didn't take any bars, bro?
Nah, I ain't take any bars. When he went away, by the time I got to that box of raps that he had, he had that 80s flow. So, my name is this. I couldn't take them bars.
Back when there was one flow and one flow only.
That was it. Yeah.
I feel you. What other than him, who are some other inspirations that you've drawn from in your music?
I was a huge my first tape was Kumo D. That was like my very first tape. Knowledge is King. We had a bootleg copy of Rocky 4, and at the end of the credits it would just cut off and go right to LL Cool J's I'm Bad video. And that was the first rapper that I was like, yo, this dude is really bad. When he said, I'm gonna squash you like a jelly bean, it was over. I was like, that is the dopest thing I ever heard. And then it was dope. It just bugged me out.
LL's underrated though, by the way.
He definitely,
in my opinion,
he definitely is.
But
since you said LL's underrated, LL was just in the studio with Q-Tip the other day. He shared some footage of it and I almost lost my mind. He played some quick snippet of some bars and a beat, that Q-Tip, I'm assuming did, sounded incredible. Sounded like he didn't lose a step. So
So
I was really
this is
this is
something new.
recent. Yeah, this is recent. This was like I saw that video today and
Okay.
got really excited about it. So you said LL, that took me right to that clip today. So yeah, go ahead, Uncle L.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like LL. He's kind of like he's a niche rapper, but like he's kind of funny, but like serious at the same time because he throws in all these weird ass like sexual references and shit that I've never been like a huge sexual reference guy in my music
Yeah,
or in what I listen to either. But at this, he's dope though at the same time.
he is. Hey, these bars, there was nothing sexual in it. It was all bars. He was rapping. He was rapping. So I was excited for that. But no, LL, he's definitely one of the early ones that got me. And of course, since I'm from the Bay Area, it was, I don't care what nobody say, MC Hammer was that dude for me back in the day because I was always dancing when I was little, and Hammer came out and I was like, yo, this dude's crazy. He got 50 people on stage with him and he dancing and rapping. So, and he's from Oakland, which is like right up the street, San Jose. So I was like, yeah, LL, Kumo D, Hammer, Too Short, but I couldn't admit that to nobody because I would, especially my parents, because we wasn't having that. Short had me rapping all kind of crazy stuff.
What, they
So
look down on the content of Too Short?
yeah, no, like he had me damn near getting in trouble in
Okay.
school because I would be reciting his rhymes to girls, and they were like, "Ew, what are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know." Too Short said it.
I feel like that's everybody. We all start as rappers. We just say some shit we don't even know what the fuck we're talking about,
Nah,
and
yeah,
then
that's
but
what happened.
we find out later down the road though.
Yeah,
But yeah, Too Short is dope. I never got too much into Too Short. I'm not gonna lie, but LL for sure was heavy when I was younger. Uh, how old are you? But I do, if you mind me asking.
37.
37. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
37.
See, and I respect this, and I'm going to say this, and I don't want you to take this as a slight at all, because us older dudes, we still love to make music too. I'm not young by any means, you know what I mean? I'm 30,
Mhm.
so I feel like it's definitely looked down upon for.
Yeah,
I don't know. Once you reach a certain age, I don't know what it is in hip hop. But if I feel like I might be 30,
yeah,
you're already old,
definitely.
in hip hop. But how do you feel being an older dude? Surrounded by what is majoritively, a young game. How does that make you feel as an artist?
I feel like I don't know because before when I was like in my mid-20s and stuff, I'd be like, yo, I used to talk about the people that was rapping in their 30s and like, yo, you trash, you need to get life or something. But once I hit what we don't understand in our 20s is that we're gonna get to them 30s. The passion doesn't go away. So then what do?
It comes quick.
Yeah, that it sure does. And then I had quit rapping for that same reason where I was like, yo, well, I gave myself a timeline. I didn't get where I wanted to. It's time to give it up. And I gave all my equipment away to a homeboy of mine and free of charge. I was just like, yo, come take the shit. And then, I get down to Austin in 2014 and I'm like, yo, there's a vibrant music scene out here and everything. And I'm like, yo, these kids are really out here doing it. And I'm like, I can still hang with these guys. So one thing lead to another, and I found a beat, and I'm like, all right, let's see what I can do with this. So started writing the song. It come out. It's Cheap Thrills. That was the first song I wrote, and that was really, you know, talking about me quitting rap the first time, and then trying to find other things to kind of fill that void, and nothing really working. Like if you're passionate about something, you can't just quit it cold turkey like that. I'm always, even when I wasn't rapping technically, I was still writing all the time. So
So you
I was
stayed
like,
you stayed in practice.
yeah, I stayed in practice. Even when you saw Michael Jordan retire, you would always see footage of him in the gym still shooting and running pickup games with, teams or whatever, because he's loved the game. So I love hip hop, but being at that age now, 37, I feel like it's kind of shifted to where it's not frowned upon as much because you look at guys like Benny the Butcher, who's our age, and killing it.
Yo, Benny,
And
he's one of my favorites right now.
yeah,
For
he's
sure.
killing it. And honestly, I think the hottest rappers, the hottest MCs are all over 35. I mean, yeah, these little kids are in their white hot phase that Jay-Z talks about where they're just the hottest thing ever. But like he said, that doesn't last. So do you want to be old Jay-Z or new Lil Yachty? You know?
No, I'll take old anybody over
Yeah, you know
new
what I'm
Lil
saying?
Yachty.
So I mean, I think if the subject matter is where it should be, if I'm 37 trying to rap like in my 20s, I got a problem with that. Like that, what are you doing? But if I'm 37 rapping about things that 37-year-olds can relate to, then by all means. I mean, Quincy Jones didn't make Thriller until he was 50.
No, you're right.
So
I
yeah,
think you definitely hit something there. It's a content thing. It does become a lot. I mean, let's not don't get it wrong. I think a lot of young rappers, we all like to talk or all liked to talk about, bitches and hoes and
yeah,
doing all that shit and drugs and the fun shit
yeah, yeah.
of what comes along with it. But and then you start to mature. I feel like a lot of people think rappers become almost hypocrites because your content changes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to recognize that in your music. You can put that in your music too. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
what you learn by your mistakes and all that type of stuff. And people look at rappers like we're supposed to only talk about one thing and one thing only, and that's it. And then when we start talking about something else, then we're not rappers anymore. We shouldn't be
Yeah.
rappers anymore.
Yeah.
I feel you. And I'm not gonna lie. Speaking from personal experience myself, I feel like I'm kind of going through a shift right now where I'm confused on what I want to talk about. Did you ever
Yeah.
feel anything like that?
Yeah. Oh, every time I get in the car, turn on the radio, and I'm hearing the stuff that's on the radio, I'm like, this made it? Man, I can do this. And then I end up going looking for a beat similar to that. And I'm like, what if I just do one song like this and just see how it goes? But then I'm like, nah, I can't do that. That's not me. I don't, nah, you're not gonna hear me with the auto tune. That's why I said in Untitled, the day I fall off is the day I put auto tune on my songs. Like, I've just ran out at that point. I'm following the trend. And
Right.
that's one thing I swore I'd never do.
Yeah, it's almost like a puzzle. You got to figure out how to kind of capture the sound with a different
Yeah.
content. You know what I mean? The sound that's hitting right now. Because I mean, you can't lie to yourself and say that there isn't a certain sound like sonically what I'm talking
Yeah.
about that people
Yeah.
tend to gravitate to at certain periods of time. Um, and it's a constant change. You know what I mean? You got to
Mhm.
constantly change your sound to stay relevant, but also keep it true to with your content.
Yeah.
And you mentioned you said that bar in Untitled, and there's a common theme through a lot of your records. You call out these younger guys. You know what I mean? What I like to call
Yeah.
bubblegum rappers.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
is that? Why do you feel the need to
To
maybe not
attack them
respond?
so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to attack
Just
them.
as going to attack. I feel like it's the same reason Eminem used to attack boy bands and stuff in the early 2000s. He always said I had to make a clear distinction between me and these boy bands because he was white, had the blonde hair and everything, easily confusable with the Justin Timberlake who was white with the blonde hair, and they'd be like, "You're just a little white pop artist." So he made the conscious effort to completely distinguish himself from the latter. So I don't know. I feel like I hate this bubblegum rap, this microwave rap, really. And as is I don't feel there's any talent in it. I feel these cats go in there and be like, hey, put auto tune on my voice and give me a trap beat. And I'ma just go in there and say whatever the vibe is. There's nobody's writing songs anymore. That's why, I mean, my strongest singles were songs with no hooks. Untitled.
Interesting.
Green Apple is one that people really liked. And then
Eh,
I think, well, I guess those two would be the strongest ones. Because Ginsu, I mean, I just have fun with that record.
Now I think that's kind of that's a testament to how many different types of fans there are. Now, if anybody's
Yeah.
coming to listen to you, obviously you're coming to hear bars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got bars nonstop. So that being your main audience, those are going to be your top singles. You know what I'm saying? Is those ones that are just talking shit.
Yeah.
But
And that's kind of like that's really I guess that's my thing. I've heard the criticism, people be like, yo, I mean, won't you get deeper? They be like, yo, how come you don't make another Cheap Thrills or something like that? I'll be like, well, I made Cheap Thrills. You heard that. Okay. Now I want to get back to just barring out. I like to rap for the sport of rapping. You know, I like to get on there and then just bar out and try to push the pen. And if the song doesn't call for a hook, I'm not putting it in there. You about to get 4 minutes of me just blacking out on this beat. And sometimes, I try to make sure that the beat warrants 4 minutes of bars. I'm not trying to force all this rapping and the beat actually breaks down for a hook and the hook could actually add to the value of the song or something. So I'm not doing that. When you listen to these songs like Untitled and Green Apple, there's really no place in there for a hook. That beat is continuous and requires somebody to just knock it out for 4 minutes straight.
You can definitely see that. Do you get a lot of your beats from producers around you? You search the internet?
Nah, I usually hit Airbit or BeatStars, and then once I've been on BeatStars since like 2009. But once I get comfortable with a producer like Young and May's producer, UW, or New NY Bangers, the first beat I got from him was Green Apple.
Okay.
And then I start going through his catalog and I'm like, yo, this dude's style fits mine. And it's hard, especially for me, because I love that old school hip hop vibe. It's hard for me to find a producer that's not making 100% trap beats, because that's the wave and that's what all these producers want to make. So I asked them, yo, give me something like some East Coast hard hitting type stuff. And they're like, okay. And then I hear the 808s and the triple hi-hats and I'm like, this is Atlanta. I want New York. So I go to UW and usually he helps me out, or I kind of stick to more Northeast sounding type productions for my lyrics, only because it complements it more, and I'm not a fan of trap beats.
Now, yeah, because you're 100% right. When you go on BeatStars and you looking at that feed, man, it takes a while to get to something that sounds different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's making the same thing. It's that wave people can't get off.
No, I hear you 100% on that. 100%. So, but you did mention, when you sit down and write, there are certain beats that call for, straight bars or, putting a hook in your record. What is your process like? Do you go into the studio and just throw on a beat and start writing, and whatever comes out comes out?
Oh no.
What is a
like,
day in the studio with Jay?
I don't step up to a mic to record a song until it's 100% done. I got the bars written and I know exactly how I want everything to flow. Now, the writing process, I'm such a slow writer. This is why I probably can never have features or, be on a label that forces timelines and deadlines and all that stuff, because I'll start writing and then I'll stop and won't revisit that bar until like months later. Like Untitled, I've sat on that song for over a year. That's why I said I'm 35, still rhyming like I'm 37 now. It's 2 years ago. Everybody be like, yeah, we heard, we know you're 35. I'm like, bro, I'm 37 now. That song's mad old.
Hey,
It's just
You gained a couple of years on your rap age,
Yeah.
bro. It's all good.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I take so much time and I have to, once I finish writing it and I live with it, I have to give myself time to go back and listen to it and see if I still feel the same way about it as I did the first time. If I still feel that same feeling, then I'll put it out.
All right, all right. What's the longest you ever sat on a song? Is that it? 2 years?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Curious. How old do you think Curious is? I don't know if you heard that one.
I did. I
So,
did. By the sound, I'm going, oh man, that's more of like I feel like that was like 2015, 2016 sound maybe.
man, 2009.
Really?
Yes.
Woo!
That song was written and recorded 2009. I've sat on that song since then.
Okay, all
Since
right.
for no other reason than I just never felt like it was the right time to put that out. Because once we recorded it, uh, like the game really switched. Like Drake was really about to pop, and then like trap was like on the come up, and I was like, this don't sound like none of that. I'm not wasting my time putting this out. So I just sat on it. And then like last year or whatever, I was like, yeah, why not? I like it. It's one of my personal favorite songs. Sounds nothing like anything I've done before. And honestly, that was probably the quickest song I've written just because I heard my man GL do the beat. He was like, you like it? I was like, give me 10 minutes. I'm about to write to this. And then I was like, all right, there we go. There's a song.
No, I feel you. I sorry, I got some Chipotle coming, you know what I mean? So I gotta make sure, yeah, it's here. But no, so that being said, um, sitting down and writing, how long does it normally take you to write a record? I
if
know that was the
I'm
fastest, but
if
on an
I'm
average.
really into it, like if the beat is that hard and I'm really excited about the beat, then I mean, it won't take me no time at all. Like Green Apple didn't take me no time really. And that's like maybe a month just listening to it and like, all right, changing some bars around. Okay. Because 4 minutes of just blacking out rapping, I got to make sure everything, the timing on these bars is hidden. Got to make sure the breath control. I kind of write songs that give me pauses if I have to perform it, so I'm not fucking up the bars while I'm rapping on stage and stuff. So I keep all of that in mind when I'm rapping or when I'm writing.
I think that breath control is the hardest thing for me, man. I gotta rehearse that bitch a lot to get my breath control down.
Yeah,
I don't have.
that's why I write the pauses into the song. Because sometimes you get hype and you get on stage, you want to jump around and all that. You know, you mess around and not be able to speak half the song because you had a breath.
What's the most fun you ever had performing? Where were you at, and what record?
It was Ginsu, and it was the first time I was ever going to perform Ginsu. Ginsu, like I just had the beat. I didn't even have like background vocals or anything. I was like, yo, I'm gonna slap this. It's a 20-minute set. I'm gonna end this joint off. Let me slide this beat at the end of the set. And like that, soon as you hear that little flute or whatever come in, I was like, yes. They were like, oh, what's this? Everybody got close to the stage. I was like, oh man. It was at this company, Musex, side yard shows. It was the last show I did since COVID came and shut everything down, but that was probably the funnest one when I first did Ginsu.
Is that
Just because I
over
was so excited. Now I was here in Austin.
in Austin? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's the music scene like in Austin? Because I've heard good things. Like I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan podcast. I think he lives in Austin now.
He got a place out here.
Yeah, he has tons of good things to say about it.
Yeah, no, the music scene is dope. As far as hip hop, man, we got some acts out here.
Really?
If we have the potential out here to be in Atlanta. Like, and because Austin is such a transient city, nobody's really from, I think I can name 2 artists that are actually from Austin. Everybody else, who knows, but that they bring in these different styles and mix it with some native Austin Southern type stuff, it comes out tight. Like we got a kid down here who's from Austin, Jay Soldier, who's probably the biggest artist in Austin. He reminds me, he has like that TDE
All right.
Kendrick kind of feel to him. He's dope. We got a female rapper out here who I'd put up against damn near anybody short of Rhapsody. Mama Duke, who's dope. She just dropped an album called Ballsy.
I've heard
I
him. I've
mean,
heard of Mama Duke before.
you heard Mama?
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
dope. I like her. And we got all kind of dudes like Nicholas Whips, who's out of Laredo, but he goes back from Laredo to Austin. And I think honestly, he's probably my favorite sounding rapper. Like I love his voice, and I love the way he pins his stories and stuff. He can sing. He was in a rock group before. But
Okay.
Nicholas Whips he's nice too. So we got all kind of talent out here. So when I came to Austin, I was definitely surrounded by some dope artists.
I feel like I can relate to the kind of the melting pot atmosphere
Yeah.
of having a whole bunch of people in one area. Because I'm from South Florida, so it's not even really like America, but
Yeah.
but at the same time, I love it.
Yeah.
It's just it's a dope vibe. You know what I mean? When you can get all types of different sounds and just personalities and put them in one place. And I feel like that's where a lot of the best records and the best collaborations come
Oh
from
yeah.
is places like that. So I feel you on
Yeah.
that for sure.
We just
Uh,
need that Atlanta unity. That's
that
that's
is
what we need. That's the one thing that's missing. If we can all come together and build something in unison, we'd be as big as Atlanta.
that is one thing that we're missing here too in South
Yeah.
Florida. Everybody hates each other. Everybody's their biggest enemy. Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just stay away from any type of that. But I actually interviewed someone from Atlanta. Her name's Convict Julie.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually before I even started this podcast. This was I just did a little Instagram live, and she is from Atlanta, and she had nothing but great things to say. Made me super jealous, man.
Yeah.
Super jealous.
Yeah. So man, it's
We
messed
need
up,
that.
but yeah, we need it. We
I want
need
to
it.
ask you about. I think it's your brand. I'm not sure, but at least you're an advocate for it. Be a boss. I've seen it on your
Yeah.
Instagram. I've seen some merch. Tell me about that.
That's the be a boss. It's really the whole thing goes can't be a boss with a boss, but the can't and with a boss is pretty small because I wanted to put the focus on be a boss.
Okay.
So it's really the brand is owners, and it's about entrepreneurship. It's about being your own boss, finally getting out there and taking control when there's other designs, and when that 9 to 5 ain't working for you, it's time to fire your boss. So the fire your boss is another logo on a t-shirt. But the be a boss is really, and it was really for my daughter, because
Okay.
I'm trying to get her to, she started her own cookie company or whatever, and she started selling cookies, made like $500 in like a week or something selling cookies. And I was like, if you can do that, then you don't need a boss. You can work for yourself, be a boss. So talking to her inspired me to come up with that. And I was like, I can do this.
That's
I'm all
dope,
about it.
man.
Yeah, this
That's dope.
entrepreneurship. That's what I'm trying to teach the kids. And I'm like, yo, that's the wave that I'm on right now. It's just promoting entrepreneurship.
I feel you. Do you have
So
anywhere where you can purchase your merch?
yeah, that's on it's a right now it's a Teespring. I don't have a .com for it, but if you go to my link tree and then you can go to shop owners, and that's where you can see all the merch right now for owners. The turned my L's into an LLC, fire your boss, can't be a boss with a boss, all of that stuff right there.
Dope. I'm definitely gonna check that out.
Yeah.
Another thing, kind of along the lines of something that I picked up through your Instagram. I, are you a wine guy? I feel like you're a wine guy. Yeah, it's got some pictures of some wine.
I just turned into a wine guy. I used to be a Blue Moon drinker, but I don't know. The taste just hit me different, and all of a sudden I'm drinking wine now. So I've been an advocate for wine. I like my wine now. Good, good strong red wine.
I
Shout out
saw.
to Snoop for that Cali Red.
I was
It's
about to
not
say,
not
bro.
bad. Yeah. Shout out to Snoop. That Cali Red is hits nice.
Because I mean, I don't know the in-depth
Yeah.
things about wine, all that jazz, but I love wine. I'm a big wine guy. One of my
Yeah.
one of my favorites is it's called Apothic Red. I don't know if you have it out there, but if you get a
Oh
chance
no,
to
I'll look for it.
get a chance to get a bottle of Apothic Red, definitely do
Apothic
it.
Red.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
What's your favorite wine so far? I know you might be young in the game, but
Yeah, I'm definitely young in the game right now. The uh Snoop's Cali Red is probably my favorite red wine right now.
are you more of a
Maybe
white or rosé type of drinker so
uh
far?
not really rosé. My wife will like the rosé. I'm a strong I don't know. It just depends. It depends on the mood. 'Cause some days, yeah, a rosé is I got a rosé in the fridge right now that I'm kind of waiting to jump on. But I don't know. That has to hit me right. Cabernet is not too bad. But as I get, like I said, I'm real young into this wine game, so I'm still learning.
All right, I got you. I got you. Well, I
So
won't press you on your wine
yeah, yeah.
knowledge
Don't press
then.
me on the wine. I don't want to say nothing too crazy. I like my Cali Red.
That's cool.
Like
No,
my Cali Red though.
I'm strictly a red guy. I've never been any be able to get into the white stuff. It's too
Mhm.
like vinegar,
Fruit. Yeah. Well,
nasty.
no. Yeah.
Well, all right. So I gotta ask you this. I've been hearing more and more about Clubhouse, this app, and I see that you are getting into it.
Just got my invite.
Yeah.
Man, it takes up so much time of your life. And I will say this, it's it can be a gift and a curse. You get into these chat rooms and there's some huge execs, some A&Rs, some people that's really in the industry giving game and dropping real jewels, helping people out. And there's real opportunities to network. But then you go into some of these rooms where they're just talking about literally nothing, and you find yourself sitting in there for hours listening to people just bullshit about the dumbest shit ever. So
So how does it work? You gotta tell me because I've never been on it,
you
and I
get you get it's right now because it's so early, it's invite only, and everybody that gets invited gets one invite, which kind of sucks. So you have to be really picky about who you want to give an invite to let in. But once you get
okay.
in, there's all kinds of little rooms that you can go into, various different topics, and the room have hundreds, if not thousands, of people in there, and people are just talking about whatever the room topic is. So if it's one of the topics was single versus album, and Royce the 5'9" was in there, and I jumped in that room because Royce is one of my top 5 MCs.
Likewise.
So he was in there talking, and if you're able to be called up, whoever, because there's a room moderator, and that room moderator will let you get on the stage, so to speak, and you'll be able to speak freely. You can unpause your phone mic and talk to Royce just like I'm talking to you right now, and then mute your mic if you ain't got nothing to say. I was able to get on that stage, but I was too damn scared to say anything to Royce. Royce is over there dropping gems and talking about stuff, and I didn't want to say nothing stupid, but I mean that's just what Clubhouse provides, that real life interaction versus an Instagram where you're texting and DMing hoping somebody sees this shit and texts back. I like it because it's real life interactions, and I can speak to you and you can speak back. We hear each other's voice. You ain't got to worry about the tone of somebody's text. You hear it right there from them. So it's pretty
Okay.
cool.
Now you might have just turned me into a Clubhouse guy.
I'm
I'll be
telling you.
honest. Any new social media type thing that pops up, I'm one of those guys. I don't want any part of it.
Yeah.
Get me out of it. There's too much already.
It's
But that sounds
awesome.
dope.
it's awesome if you in there really trying to network and build and learn from the guys that's actually in the industry. If you in there, they got some stupid ass topics and stuff that has nothing to do with anything. You got to watch out for those rooms too. But I mean, it can serve a good purpose if you're trying to learn something and meet and network.
Cool. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Hey, if you still got your invite, maybe
I
I'm open to it.
Hey, if I can, I keep learning. There's other ways to get people in if you don't have an invite. So I'm kind of working out with some people. You can like wave people in. I don't know. It's crazy. There's still because there's still glitches and stuff in the app or whatever because it's so brand new. But I mean, I get an invite, man. There's people selling these invites. Like these people are approaching guys with invites like they're life-changing things and stuff. So I had one. The first person that hit me up was like, "Yo, you got an invite?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Can I get it?" I was like, "Sure, why not? I don't care." So if I get another one, hit me up. I'll throw it to you, let you get all up in there.
All right, I appreciate because I'm not gonna buy one. I'm not. If you catch me buying one, then take it away from me. I don't want.
I'm telling you, they got these people treating these things like crack rocks out here. It's crazy.
Oh man, so I know you have a military background, right?
Yep, 10 years Army.
Tell me a little bit about that and your time spent with the Army.
No, I joined at 19, 2003, and I did 10 years. I did 15 months in Iraq. I wrote when I used to go under Calio, Calio. I wrote my first album while I was in Iraq. That album, very aggressive, totally different Jay Greene than what you get now. So I don't know. I listened to that album because it's still on Spotify. It's called The Greenhouse Effect. If you ever want to go indulge that fucking train wreck of an album. It's I mean, the bars, it's not, to me, it is now based on the style of writing that I do now. Like that stuff, I don't know. I can't get behind that project. I just say it was a lot of shock value rap back then. I was trying to keep up with the Eminems and just say wild shit. And I'm, do young shit in your early 20s. That's the kind of shit I was on, the immature rap.
Do you think that kind of stemmed from your surroundings even? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I'd go out on mission, survive it after getting attacked and IED explosions, come back to my little chew and feel invincible and just start writing the wildest shit. I'm like, yeah, what anybody gonna do to me? I'm out here. Can't touch me.
I'm invincible.
I'm Army recon. I kill everybody. So it was just a lot of wild shit going on during the writing process of that album. But yeah, 10 years, wrote that, got out. I got out in 2012. So I mean, I quit rapping because I was like, yo, this isn't working, especially with the Army. And I was like, I'm gonna just stick to this Army thing because the Army and trying to rap, it don't go hand in hand together. So I gave that up and then ended up getting out the Army.
Well, I want to say thank you for your service for one. Before I forget to say that and be an asshole, but no, I mean, I actually came across another artist that I placed on the playlist. His name's Scotty Trippin, and he talks a lot about his military experience and his music, and it was very interesting because I hadn't really ever heard rap from that perspective before. So like did being in the military shape your perspective? Obviously I know that has to be something that I honestly couldn't even imagine, but it's got to shape your priorities and your morals and all that type of stuff. So like what changed from your music, before or during your military experience and to after?
I think, like I said, the writing was way more aggressive when I was in the Army because I felt like I can back it all up. So, pull up. I used to, I just say wild things, just because I knew I had the backing and I was surrounded by a bunch of folks like me at the time. So yeah, so it was very aggressive. Versus me being out and then looking back and like, oh, you were freaking dumb. Like it's just immature shit. Like, well, I don't even know why you were even saying all that shit. But I think that just comes, I think, when you see him, when you mature, really, as far as the writing. Not too much the military. I never wanted to be the soldier rapper.
Okay.
You know, I didn't want to be that guy, because then you're in a box of, damn, man, you got to start writing songs about PTSD and shit, and that shit seemed really corny to me. So, and plus I rapped for like 15 years prior to me ever joining the army.
Okay.
So there's no reason for me to turn into the soldier rapper. I was a rapper that was a soldier. So that's why, if even then, when I was in, I used the army only for punchlines. I used my military background only as a metaphor. It was never a song about PTSD or, me being in Iraq. None of that. And even with my latest stuff, I think the only thing I ever said was on Back on My Wave, when I said it's PTSD, or PTSD got me feeling like I'm still in Iraq. That was it. That was the only bar that said anything about the military. Other than that, you would never even know. Because I don't want to be, I didn't want to be that soldier rapper.
No, I get that, man. It's so easy to get typecast, if you will. I know that's a term for in movies, but
yeah. And I wanted to avoid all that. But as I get older, some stuff like the PTSD, some stuff just sticks with you, and I find myself kind of writing about it more now. So even though I didn't want to talk about it, you might hear stuff later on where, all right, fuck it, because it's something that I still deal with to this day. So why not? But like I said, that comes with maturity and getting older and realize, oh, I don't have to bar them up on these songs all the time. It's time to relax a little bit and just talk about something else.
Yeah, that's something I think you do phenomenally in your music, is telling a story and sticking to topic. On each record, you can tell that you go into each song with something specific in mind, and you stick to it. You know what I mean, throughout it. And then obviously you got to kind of stray here and there just with metaphors and double entendres, triple entendres, all that type of stuff. But it's all there. The message is there, and if you want to hear it, it's there. And I appreciate that. And any type of music that I listen to, that's what I look for. And I'd have to say you do a great job of that, sir.
Appreciate it.
Now, this will be more of on a serious note, I guess. But kind of tying in military, I know that you've been an advocate for the Black Lives Matter movement, at least what I've seen on your Instagram. A lot of people, I think, look at Black Lives Matter as it was like the creation of a team. You know what I mean? And that's not the way I see it. The main goal is to only have one team. There is no teams. There's only one, and that, you know what I mean. It's us as a human race. How would you explain to someone like that thinks there's room for teams? How would you explain to them how you can be a patriot and be a part of the Black Lives Matter movement? Because for whatever reason, there's some kind of disconnect that I don't understand. I want to hear from you.
Honestly, and like it's because I used to be so like, I love the army. I miss it every day. I miss the guys I served with. I miss putting on a uniform and being around soldiers. But once, George Floyd happened, Breonna Taylor, all this stuff, even back Sandra Bland and all this stuff, other stuff, you expect you expect people in the army and people from your unit and whatever, you know, because when we're together like months on end. Like there was times I'd be around my soldiers more than my family. There's certain closeness, camaraderie that you have. So when certain events happen, you expect people to react a certain way, and they don't, and it breaks your heart, and you have to cut people off. I thought it was just some of the people that I were cool with, but then I go into these army chat room or these army groups on Facebook, and these I see the comments on Instagram posts and everything, and I'm like, damn, this is how y'all really feel. So I don't, when you say like being a patriot and Black Lives Matter, I don't know. I don't know, because I've had to cut off so many of the the friends that I had while I was in uniform because of they couldn't make a distinction. They didn't believe in being a patriot and understand what Black Lives Matter was. So I was like, wow. So I had to remove myself from a lot of army groups and pages that I once was a part of, just because, damn, I this is how y'all really feel. I thought we was, one team, one fight. I thought we didn't see color just green from the uniform. Apparently not. That's not how it is. So, okay, it's time to distance myself. So,
It's so wild to me how easy it is for, and I've done it too. I'm not taking myself out of this. How easy it is to say something on social media, Facebook, whatever it is, that you probably wouldn't say to someone in the heat of the moment or whatever, a
yeah,
conversation,
yeah.
if you're in an argument, whatever. And it's really scary. And I know. Have you watched the documentary, what is it called, the social problem, or the social something?
On Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
It scared the shit out of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seeing something like that, it's like, oh, obviously it's been happening for a long time, but seeing it so in your face, it's super easy to just talk shit on
Yeah.
social media. Um, what what is your response? Like when you see something like you just said, you've had to cut people off. What is? Do you even respond? Or
Dude,
you just let it go?
I try not to respond, but then I find myself getting sucked into that confrontation, and then I'm like, I want that smoke. Let's go. And then I find myself, my saving grace is I used to get banned I was banned like every month. And then I was banned for like 4 months at a time from Facebook, just engaging with this. And I'm like, yo, I need to stop. Especially I'm trying to promote music. I can't even run Facebook ads because I'm banned off Facebook. So I'm like, yo, this is cutting into my music. So I need to really chill on that. But the comments at this point, it's like nothing I'm gonna say is really gonna get you to see or understand. So I'm gonna just leave you where you're at, and I'm gonna go do me over here.
That's kind of my approach to it. I don't respond to anything, but at the same time, I don't block people. Like I don't unfriend anybody, because I do think it's important to see it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to create um, my own bubble, because I feel like these people over here, whatever I'm grouping them in
Yeah.
generally, obviously, but like they're on some other shit, but it's there. So I don't want to hide it and not,
Yeah.
run into it in the real world, in my real
Yeah.
life, and be surprised. So that's kind of the approach I take to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a delicate dance right now. I mean, this is happening all over the place. Families are breaking up because of
It's
these
wild, man.
views. Yeah, it's crazy. It's sad to see that. So I mean, it is what it is at this point.
Yeah, you're right about that. That's kind of, I went through a whole period of feeling like I needed to to talk to anybody and everyone that said something I didn't agree with, you know what I mean? And then I kind of had to take a step back and realize that I'm doing the same thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are my beliefs. And do I believe that my beliefs are correct? Of course, everyone does. But at the same time, we have to be human and realize that we could be wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And that's, we could be wrong. We all could be wrong. So let's just chill out.
For real.
Do what you do. I'm gonna do what I do. Just chill on it.
Now, just to get away from that. I didn't mean to bring the mood down or anything like that. But you said go Longhorns earlier when we started. I heard it and I didn't forget. Are you a football fan? Basketball fan? Where are you at?
Oh yeah, I'm a football fan for sure.
Okay.
For sure. More football than basketball. I like our team out here, but I'm definitely more football.
I don't follow Texas too much. I'm an FAU fan, and that's Florida Atlantic University. If you've never heard, they're in Boca, right down the road from me. They're not very good. Well, hold on. Let me take that back. They are better than they used to be. They used to be trash, and that's why. Do you know who? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know who you're talking about. When you say they're better, you see, like they're not good. They're better than they used to be.
Yes, we're in the Sun Belt, so that's probably why you never heard of them. That's okay. We're coming for you in the future. But no, we actually we've been trash forever. We actually had Lane Kiffin for the past 3 years. He came and basically saved the whole program, and then he left and went back to Ole Miss this year. We got Willie Taggart now, and he was at FSU last year, and he was. I was worried the second I heard we were getting this man because FSU was garbage last year, and he's doing all right. He's doing okay. He runs too much option, but we made it to a bowl game. We lost a terrible game, whatever. But I have to ask you because I don't follow Texas. Where are you guys at? You guys in a bowl?
We won our bowl game. We won our bowl game yesterday.
You did. That was yesterday. Okay.
So
Who'd y'all play?
Who did we play? Oh, it escapes me right now.
Nah, don't worry, man.
I don't remember. We beat that ass though. we beat that ass. Go Longhorns. Shout out to Sam Ellinger, who's probably not coming back, even though he should, because COVID messed up his season.
Oh, for real. How's the program going or doing?
The program is it sucks. It sucks. Every time, like the beginning, our first game, we played like El Paso University, and we slaughtered them, and they were talking Heisman Trophy for our quarterback. And that happens all the time. Like we'll beat people we're supposed to beat, and they want to start throwing out freaking championships and Heisman talk. And then the next game, we'll just get destroyed. And then every game after that, it's like, what are y'all doing? So I like the Longhorns, but we've been in a rut since, for the last 6 years. It is what me and you are basically in the same position with our teams. Mine just having to be in the damn Big 12 with a little bigger spotlight on them. Yeah. So
y'all used to be good though. We're at the top.
Yeah. But we have been living in the past for a long time now.
I hear you.
Living off that old glory.
My secondary team, I'm a Gators fan too. So I will throw that out there. They're my big talk school when it comes to Florida teams. So our bowl game, we're playing in a couple of about 10 minutes. So I hope, they can pull it out.
Hey, there you go. I got a lot of family in Florida, and I got to hear a lot of hurricane talk and stuff like that. So every time I talk to my family, I'm like, F the U. And they're like, shut the hell up. When have y'all had a winning record?
I'm with that too, though. I'll team up with a Texas boy for that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I like my team, though.
Who do you think's taking Heisman this year? You think Trask is going to get it?
Absolutely.
Oh, you do? You do?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Why not? 2020, go ahead and give it to him.
Oh, don't loop it. Don't pile it on to 2020, man.
Yeah, it's going to have to be because of 2020.
All right. I feel you.
Considering all of, like, mainly all the best teams and stuff started the season late, so a lot of people were allowed to get them stats up,
That's true.
look good before the real teams decided to play. Yeah.
uh, oh man. Well, I mean, I'm about out of questions here. We're wrapping up almost an hour. I feel like we've been on about an hour, but
Yeah.
I do just want to mention. I know you have a new single coming out. It's called "All I Ever Wanted,"
Yes.
and it drops on New Year's Day. So anybody that is watching or listening, New Year's Day, "All I Ever Wanted," Jay Greene, go check it out. You can pre-save it right now. Correct?
Yes, pre-save it right now. Shout out to Quan Boy for producing it up there in Jersey. That's my guy.
What
Pretty
was his
dope.
name?
Quan Boy.
Quan Boy.
Yeah, Quan Boy.
Does he have like a BeatStars page or anything like that?
I think he got a BeatStars, or I found him on Airbit. I don't remember. No, he has a BeatStars. Quan Boy Beats. So QUANBOI Beats. If I'm not mistaken, I don't have his stuff up right in front of me, but Quan Boy did
I'm
the
gonna
beat.
check him out.
So shout out to him. Shout out to Dirty Jers too.
All right, man. I'm gonna give you the floor. So this is the first time I'm doing this for episode 1. So I'm giving you the floor. Anything you want to shout out, anybody you want to shout out, anything else you got coming in the future, take it away.
Man, like I said, all I ever wanted, New Year's Day. I also have a smooth R&B joint that's dropping sometime after that. I will say that.
Okay.
I hooked up with Brianna Marin, who did Cheap Thrills with me. So we got another one coming. Look out for that.
I wanted to mention her by name. Good thing you just said that, because we were about to log out of here. Because that is Cheap Thrills is one of the records that I placed this season, and that I did not pick that one as a finalist. And now thinking back to it, I don't know why I didn't, because I listened to it again today.
People love, I don't know, the ones that listen to my stuff and really like it, really love that song. Like they're like, yo, I love that song. I was like, and it's funny because that's one of my least favorite songs.
Really? Okay.
That's one of my least favorite. Like I said, like when I decided to jump back into rapping, that was the first song I wrote. So I don't know, maybe it's because I was like knocking the dust off the pen and it didn't feel like it was my best work, but it was probably my realest work. So I just let it all out right there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
We're all
get them numbers up for it.
Yeah, we're all of our worst critics. We know that.
Yeah, definitely.
The stuff that I think that I've done that is the most garbage shit that I've ever done is like a lot of people's favorite stuff, and I don't know how that happens, but
it's like whatever. You like that song? I don't even know why I put that out.
For real. I have an unwritten rule of my own that I had I have stuck to it. I was gonna say, I don't think I have, but yes, I have stuck to it. Anything that I take to the table of actually recording, I am gonna put out, even though if I don't like it after it's done.
I can't do that. I can't stick to that.
See, I'll tell you, this is how I figured it out, man. You go get a lot of unsung hits doing it that way, man. Because I don't know. I only have one ear. You know what I mean? Well, I have 2 ears, obviously.
Yes.
I'm going to say one ear. Yeah. I have one ear, and I only have that ear for one, particular sound that I gravitate to. So if it comes out and I don't like it, I'm still putting it out. And I get a lot of love that way. So just think about it. Think about it.
I'm gonna try that. I don't know. I'll try that. I can't promise nothing. I'll try that though.
Because I know you've got something you're sitting on right now that you have not put out because of that reason. And I
got all kind of records. But what I would not officially put them out, but what I might do is start dropping them on the SoundCloud.
There you go.
Because I might do that because there's certain things like old songs, like I said, when I was a little immature with the writing and stuff. And a lot of the stuff, that old stuff, my wife is like, nah, they ain't putting that out. I get to talking all kind of crazy stuff. She's like, nah, I don't want to hear that. And then too, because my daughters, I got 2 older daughters, and they listen to music. And the stuff that I was saying then, I'm trying to keep them away from listening to now.
I feel you.
So, you know, that's another reason. So,
what do your daughters think of your music?
Some of the stuff they like, some of the stuff they're like they don't like the real lyrical stuff. Like they like the cheap thrills, they like the curious. But when you start getting into like Green Apples or Back on My Waves or all the stuff where I'm just barring out, they're like, I don't want to hear that. I want a hook. Why don't you put that crazy sound on your voice like everybody else? That's what they want, you know?
I feel you. I gotta say, I don't have daughters or I don't have any kids, but my girlfriend, she's not a big rap fan, you know what I mean? And it's like when I make the shit and she does end up hearing something, I don't ever get the reaction that I'm looking for. I'm looking for, you need to say that this is the most fire shit you've ever heard in your life. But man, we need those people close to us to keep us on a level head. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Trust me, I ain't getting the reaction I feel I should get to. So you ain't alone in that boat.
I'm glad that I'm not. I have something to relate to in that aspect now. Oh man, but man, I appreciate you coming on, man. This was fun. I'm happy with the way this first episode went. You know what I'm saying? I would love to have you back too down the road.
I'm down. I'm down.
Jay Greene, you can find them at Jay Greene for real on Instagram. Anywhere else they can find you on YouTube? You got anything on YouTube? Like
I got a YouTube channel, Jay Greene for real music. I'm on Twitter. I'm currently banned on Twitter. So if you hit me up, I'm not gonna be able to respond to you for a while. Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Jay Greene Music. But I'm mainly active on Instagram. So that's my main place. So
cool, dope. Don't go anywhere after I stop recording here. We'll chat a little bit afterwards. But I just want to wrap this up. Jay Greene, I have placed him 3 times this season in season 2, in week 3, 5, and 18 with Cheap Thrills, Cool Out, and also Untitled. Cool Out and Untitled you will find in the Deserving Madness tournament in March. They were both finalists and both took home the win. So I look forward to seeing you in the tournament.
That all I ever wanted is coming too. I'm telling you.
Hey, it's gonna be in the submission. I don't know. I gotta like it though. It better be for me.
You gonna like it. Trust me, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it.
Right. I appreciate you, Jay. We're gonna wrap this up, man.
All right.
Have a good one.
Thanks.